You know what's funny?
What?
The video that went up before this one, and I'm leaving all this in right here. Video that went up before this one. I said the next video is gonna be Friday the 13th, but it's not gonna be the next one. This is gonna be the next one.
Oh God, oh you poor bastards. I'm sorry.
Welcome to Inner Circle. Long time no see. It's me, Clayton. New environment, new guy. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Jason. What's up?
This is my man Jason. He's been showing me some weird movies recently.
Yes.
We had a really hard time picking what to talk about. Watched a lot of weird shit today.
Yeah, we've been put through the ringer. That's for sure.
But Jason's been trying to get me to watch this movie called California with Brad Pitt and David Duchovny. We finally watched it. That's what we're talking about. Jason, what is this movie even about? Because that's one of the weirdest things I ever saw.
What do you mean it's the weirdest thing you ever saw?
It's one of the weirdest things I ever saw.
Okay, let's see. In essence, Brad Pitt does his worst impersonation of a Southerner ever.
Well, look who stopped by. And I ain't supposed to be at the parole office till tomorrow, 2 o'clock.
It's probably worse than Nicolas Cage and Con Air, honestly. We had a debate about that before we watched it.
The voice is pretty bad.
I don't know. Like, who do you think's worse?
It's probably this one.
Really? Yeah. I say it's this one too. Like I don't know. Cameron Poe's pretty fucking bad.
I can't see my little daughter on her birthday without bringing her a gift now, can I?
Yeah, man, but that's a bunny rabbit.
Well, anyways.
So what does he do? What does he do? He's a Southern guy with a bad voice.
Okay, yeah, and he's a serial killer.
He's a serial killer.
Yeah, he's a serial killer.
Just fucking bury the lead.
Bury the lead.
We'll just bury the lead. Yeah, he kills people.
Yeah, he kills people. Spoilers. Anywho, David Duchovny and his wife are these artsy people. She's a photographer who wants to sell her pictures of herself getting fucked.
Pictures of pussy out on the internet.
Yeah. Well, not on the internet,
Well,
but the art
the internet
galleries.
didn't exist.
Art galleries. Well, it was the internet in the 90s. Anyways.
Art galleries were pretty much the internet.
No, not really.
I mean, she was definitely shit posting for sure.
Yeah.
Those were like nothing. So she's trying to. So she's like some art lady who wants to go to California to try and like get pictures of her pussy getting fucked in art galleries. And David Duchovny's a writer, and they decide to go to California.
Yeah. And
he decides to stop along the way at different murder locations to write a book. Was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, yeah, so they decide to do that, and they think...
Well, they need money for the trip, or like in companionship for some reason.
Yeah, they need to cut gas costs, I guess.
Yeah, which we did the whole thing about gas in the 90s too.
So they put an ad up at like, was it like a community college or something? They put an ad up at some place, some local place, and they're like, we need road buddies to go to California.
And Brad Pitt fucking takes the ad, and he fucking...
And Brad Pitt, so yeah, he decides, yeah, this is a good idea. Gets his woman. They weren't married. No, yeah, they weren't married. He got his woman. They load up with Duchovny and his woman, and they go on a road trip.
And hijinks ensue.
Hijinks.
Yes, hijinks.
I'm gonna put a montage of hijinks on screen, which is just all the times people get knifed in the head.
Okay.
Just hijinks.
Hijinks.
So the movie's like the road trip, while the Brad Pitt's like a crazy hillbilly redneck who murders people because he's a serial killer, while Duchovny's trying to write about serial killers.
And a misogynist.
Well, yeah, well, he's a Southerner.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing. Any Southern stereotype you could think of is like a part of his character. It's like some trait he has.
No.
Like he's like, my woman got to act a certain kind of way.
He wears a hat with a Confederate flag.
Yeah, he wears the it was a battle flag. I don't know. He wears the Confederate flag hat, whatever. Like it's just pure Southern stereotypes. And he does his Brad Pitt, I'm a Southerner voice, and it's like all real-ish. Adele, you dumb bitch.
Adele.
Yeah.
Put your titty away, Adele.
I say I don't particularly like that movie by the end of it. and where we jump all over the place. By the end of it, what is this movie like? What is this movie even about? What is it even trying to say? Because by the end of it, it's just Brad Pitt's a crazy serial killer.
Well, you know, I will say that. All right, so Duchovny's trying to write a book about serial killers, and he wants to go and like get in the head of these people by like going to the murder sites and everything. And Brad Pitt poses a question in the movie, and he says it was a dumb question. But I guess that was kind of like the point of asking the question.
Brad Pitt's like, it's somewhere about halfway through the movie, just kind of drops kind of the theme the movie's going for, where it's like, oh, well, how could you write about killers if you don't know about them, know about killing? Which is like a really dumb thing. Like, it's like a dumb thought, but it's what the movie's kind of built around.
It is dumb, but that's kind of like what Duchovny's, I guess, character journey is.
Yeah, that's what the movie's built around, because by the end of the movie, Duchovny has to kill Brad Pitt, but it's not like he had any kind of grand awakening.
It is also kind of Duchovny kind of chatting up, though, because he kind of like...
He's wimp. He's very much a wimp for like most of it.
And then he shoots a gun, and then he, like, you know, spoiler alert, he kills somebody.
Well, Duchovny didn't kill the guy. He didn't kill him.
Oh, yeah.
And then Brad Pitt went, "You pussy," and then shot the dude. I will say, Brad Pitt's like, I can't tell if he's like really bad at acting in this movie or really great, because the voice is terrible, but
he sticks to it, and
his mannerisms and his look, and even just the way he acts is like really entertaining, even though he's terrible. You know,
it is a fun film. It's a fun.
It's morbidly fun.
Yeah, it's very morbid.
But overall, like the theme of the movie is so weird, because it's like, oh, Duchovny killed him, so now he knows. But then the final bit of like narration Duchovny gives is just like the most brain dead, obvious shit on the planet.
Yeah,
where he's like,
Duchovny comes to the great realization that, oh well, serial killers do not have empathy when they kill. Like,
yeah,
no fucking
like
shit.
He had to go through all that traumatic shit just to know something that 99% of people know off the top of their head.
I would also like to say, and he pointed this out too, and like we both agreed, like they had an opportunity to kind of leave both him, Brad Pitt, and his okay, so like there's two female leads as well. You have Michelle Forbes and you have Juliette Lewis. Juliette Lewis is paired with Brad Pitt, and that's kind of his like ditzy Southern girl, really innocent but really like naive to the point like it's kind of
super
annoying.
naive.
And then Michelle Forbes is the artist, the lady who wants to fucking take pictures from a visit.
I'm still on this Duchovny thing.
Oh yeah, okay. So Duchovny makes the great realization. Brad Pitt doesn't really have like a character arc journey. He just kind of does his thing.
Yeah, he's just there to be like kind of the villain, the evil force, because he doesn't have any kind of arc the whole time. He's just himself, like at the start, all the way through till the end when he gets like click clack.
Honestly, his first impression of Michelle Forbes in the movie was, oh, she's hot, and by the end of it, I don't know, like. I feel for her because she goes through traumatic experience, through that whole deal, which I guess all the characters do besides Brad Pitt. But she's kind of a bitch to him in the beginning for like just being kind of like just ditzy redneck.
Yeah, before you know anything's up with them, they're just kind of like polite, but trashy rednecks, and she's immediately like,
ew.
I can't be around these people. David Duchovny, my husband in this film. We need to get away from these people. And it's like, damn, bitch, calm down. Like, they're being polite,
And then, like, she's one to judge about that type of shit. Like, because, like, Brad Pitt takes a sock off at breakfast or some shit,
Yeah, she's real abrasive to them. What? She starts out hating on them. And then she gets, like, not okay with them, but understanding towards,
Juliette Lewis's character.
Towards Juliette Lewis, because she's clearly kind of, very naive and ditzy, and also in what is an abusive relationship with the serial killer.
Well, yeah,
so she gets understanding for her, but then she keeps talking about, like, we gotta get out of this situation, and then takes creep shots of them, and then, like, it's a very weird thing.
Well, before you even realize Brad Pitt's a serial killer, even then, like, they used to have a drinking moment. Like, Brad Pitt goes drinking with David Duchovny. Like, there's a lot of parallels. Like you see the relationship form between Brad Pitt and David Duchovny. And you also have, like, the parallel with Michelle Forbes and Juliette Lewis. Like, they have their own little bonding thing. And, you know, it was a drinking scene. Like, Brad Pitt and him go to a bar, and Michelle Forbes and them drink in the hotel room, and she gets her hair done. Which was, he busted out laughing. Fucking Michelle Forbes has like a fucking bowl cut. And
so Brad Pitt's creeping on. He's creeping on Michelle Forbes. He's like David Duchovny, I want to fuck your
I
wife.
hope that's her fucking name.
I hope so. He's like, David Duchovny, I want. If it's not, that's her name now. He's like, David Duchovny, I want to fuck your wife, and it's very clear. He's being like real creepy towards her.
Fucking Brad Pitt. Okay, so Michelle Forbes has a bowl cut, and then like they go to sleep at a hotel, and then the next morning at breakfast, Juliette Lewis comes on screen and fucking Brad Pitt has fucked up this girl's hair
with like a lopsided kind of shortcut. And
it's exactly like it. And for some reason he fucking died.
So
I think he's right, 'cause he's right.
Nice job, Early.
it cuts from this kind of messy shortcut that Brad Pitt did to her to literally fucking the one girl just giving her
the exact
an identical haircut to what she has.
What's that?
That's a portfolio of my work. That's what that is.
She basically single white femoed her. And we were like,
and then they both had the same haircut, and it's like, oh, Brad Pitt's gonna be into that.
Yeah.
And he was, because he fucks the shit out of her after.
Yeah, it was fucking. I don't know. Brad Pitt like does a good job of fucking that up, I guess.
I don't understand the motivation of Michelle Forbes' character, because like
she wants to get her pussy put on display.
Yeah, it's just like it's like the way they wrote a lot of her motivations during the trip are like just are kind of random. It's written in a way to push the story along more so than to develop the characters, which is my biggest problem with this whole movie is that like with the premise and kind of the theme they were going for, you could probably do something a bit more interesting, but they kind of didn't. It kind of just was like, here's the next plot point and the next setting they're in, and then here's the next setting and the next plot point, and then here's the big final confrontation, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
like maybe you could probably like someone could probably watch the movie and get a deeper read of like Brad Pitt's serial killer character, but I personally was not getting too much from it.
You can't really get a lot from it because you see him killing. And you see him being a pervert, which is kind of just given for that type of character, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, you don't get because the company poses those questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why do you do this? Does it fucking, get you hard?
But he asked all the generic serial killer questions.
Who's right? So.
While watching it, it is entertaining up until I'd say like around the start of like that third act. We're getting close to the end, it kind of starts to drag before it picks back up.
Yeah, the third act, okay, so like, you have the beginning, they're in the trailer, and then the company's in a nice apartment, you got that parallel too. I guess the whole movie's a whole parallel.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like, by the time they get to the old people's house, it kind of is starting to drag a bit.
Yeah, it does.
Because at that point, it's like,
because at this point, Brad Pitt's got him.
Everyone's prisoner, and yeah, he's just like being weird serial killer man, but he's just not killing them for some reason. Like, there's no reason for him not to at that point.
I think it's supposed to imply that he actually kind of cares about him, but like then again, he doesn't because he's fucked up and he does fucked up shit to him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
I don't know. What would you rate it like out of like a 1 out of 10?
Okay. So, as a very close friend of mine who just refuses to watch my videos, you don't know my personal rating, like how I rate things.
Oh.
Oh
yeah.
So for me.
Oh, hold on. I gotta say this. I am a terrible friend. I've never seen any of these fucking things. And I probably won't.
Just going, I don't know.
So I'm gonna tell you, the way I rate things is usually for me, like most people are like, oh, that movie was just okay. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. That's stupid. So the way I rate things, a 5 is like middle of the road, not good, not bad. Anything below that's, bad. 1's the worst thing ever made. 4, you know how it works.
Okay.
But for me, 5 is middle of the road. Anything above 5 is good to perfect, between 6 to 10. So, with that knowledge, I would give this movie a 5 out of 10.
Really? It's just an average as fuck?
Yeah, it's like a middle of the road movie for me. Because, the performances are good. Everybody gives a good performance. It's shot well. It's competently made.
Yeah.
It's just, but, the story, the writing and the story just don't clear the bar that I feel like they were aiming for.
It kind of reminded me, Falling Down was also kind of one of those movies that was, it was kind of going for a message, and it's just kind of like an adventure with fucked up shit going on. That's kind of what this was. It was, just very 90s. I don't know. It was a very 90s movie.
It's just very grim especially towards the end for what purpose,
Yeah, because it was kind of light. Brad Pitt's a serial killer, and then here's him being weird.
Yeah, you almost expect the first half that it's going to be kind of, more like a light thriller where it's like, Duchovny realizes he's traveling with a serial killer. How will he get out of the situation? It just goes from that to being like,
oh, fucking...
the killer's in charge. He's murdering literally everyone they run into, and then he
does fucked up shit.
And then he does fucked up shit, and then Duchovny gets lucky and kills him, and then they move on, and it's over. It's like, oh, okay. What you rate it?
In my dumb guy radar, 6.
A 6, 6.
6 because of the fact that it's entertaining, and then I don't know. I also got a couple layers of nostalgia from this because someone I know showed it to me, and then I watched it with a couple members.
Say their name and their home address.
And a couple members of our friend group watched it together, and now they go around quoting the damn movie.
Yeah.
Because
there's one or two funny quotes.
Yeah, Brad Pitt's easily quotable in this because he just does a weird accent with it. It's just fun.
I mean, the personalities are pretty good. Brad Pitt carries the movie because he's just playing this very crazy character, and Duchovny does what David Duchovny does best, which is
monologuing.
You can't tell. No, you can't tell if he's actually trying to act or if he's just phoning it in, which is maybe the classic Duchovny performance. Where you're just sitting there and you're like, does he care or does he not care? I don't know. Weird movie.
6, 5. I don't know.
Weird movie. If you're into just weird ass serial killer movies, it's a good one to put on the list to watch, I guess.
It's interesting because I've never seen Brad Pitt do really Brad Pitt is a villain.
Yeah, it's
too much.
It's that's what is the best part of it. Is just you see Brad Pitt do something that's very non-Brad Pitt compared to most of his other career.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that the last 10 minutes or so it doesn't even look like Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Shovel Face was a good one.
Yeah, good stuff.
Shovel Face is good.
I don't know, the violence in it. I mean, if you're into horror movies for that sort of stuff,
it's not really that crazy.
Yeah, as far as horror movies go. It's entertaining, I guess.
But it's it's good. It's good. It's visceral when it needs to be.
It's before Saul, so they couldn't get crazy like that.
I don't know. 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it was good.
I'd give it a soft recommendation if you're looking to watch something completely off the wall and weird and a little fucked up. You know?
I'd give it that.
It's a very specific mood or vibe for a movie, but
I dig it.
Yeah.
I should have my sunshades for this. Just saying.
Yeah, I thought if I put these on I wouldn't see anything. Crystal clear.
No.
Turns out it's how black lights work and you still see just fine.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How y'all like the setup? That's just really nice.
Yeah, this is the new format for at least
a couple of these.
At least a couple of these.
You're stuck with me.
Yeah.
Huh.